For an entire year, 365 days in a row, I unlocked an Xbox achievement every single day. But none of it mattered. It wasn't an achievement, it was avoidance. I told myself I was making progress. I thought I was in control. But deep down, I was just numbing myself, distracting myself from the fear and disappointment that I didn't know how to face. What I learned from that streak changed everything about how I approach life, business, and even my faith. If you ever felt like you were working harder and harder, but still not getting any closer to the life that you want, then this story might sound familiar. Stick with me. It might just change things for you too. At first it seemed harmless, just a small challenge to keep me focused while I sorted out my life. I planned which games had easy achievements, mapped out what I needed to unlock each day, and made sure I hit that goal of unlocking one achievement every single day. Some days it only took a few minutes. Other days it took hours. But I kept that streak alive no matter what. Because in the moment, it felt like I was accomplishing something. But looking back now, it wasn't progress. It was avoidance. It wasn't long before that streak began that life threw me a curveball. You see, earlier I had left my job as a chief technology officer and I jumped headfirst into consulting. And after doing that for a few years, I even launched a membership site around the Microsoft HoloLens. I just knew that device was going to replace mobile phones. For 2 years, I gave it everything I had. I was creating YouTube videos and building courses and signing up paying members. But there were fewer than 1,000 developers in the world that was even interested in the HoloLens device. I was close to making it work, but close wasn't enough. And with our finances drying up and my wife's patience running thin, I had to make a tough call. A friend offered me a job at a big bank, the kind of job I said I'd never take. And see, I thought those jobs were just for people waiting for 5 o'clock to roll around so they could clock out. I was never going to work for a big bank, a big insurance company, or the government. But I took this job at the bank because I had to. We needed stability, and I wasn't in a place to keep chasing dreams. The job itself wasn't hard. It was easy. In fact, it was too easy. There was no challenge. I had no passion for it. It was just me doing the minimum to meet expectations and clocking out. I wasn't chasing promotions or raises. I wasn't trying to climb the corporate ladder. I was just surviving. I knew I could become the CTO of the bank if I wanted to. At least that's what I told myself. But deep down, I knew that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Hard work alone wasn't going to bring me fulfillment. So, I threw myself into my favorite form of entertainment, video games. I thought I could find the fulfillment I was missing by spending all my newfound free time unlocking achievements and immersing myself in virtual worlds. In the back of my mind, I kept telling myself, one day I'll get back to consulting. One day I'll do work that matters again. But the truth was, I didn't have the confidence or the energy to start over. So instead of building something meaningful, I poured my energy into something else, Xbox achievements. Each time I unlocked an achievement, it gave me a little dopamine hit. It felt like I was accomplishing something. Every goal I hit let me check off another box and say, see, I did something today. But deep down, I knew I wasn't moving forward. I was just avoiding the hard truths, like figuring out how to rebuild my business, reconnect to my family, and stop going through the motions with my faith. No matter what was going on, whether I was tired, busy, or traveling even, I made sure to unlock at least one achievement every single day. And many days I unlocked a bunch of achievements, just drowning myself in this distraction. On the surface, it looked like discipline, but it wasn't. It was avoidance. When the streak finally ended on the 365th day, I stopped. No more achievements, no more chasing gamer score, no more chasing points. The next day I had to ask myself, what was all that for? The answer hit me like a punch in the gut. None of it mattered. I'd spent an entire year chasing virtual accomplishments, while the things that truly mattered, my family and our future, they're just slipping through my fingers. And that's when I realized just how far I had drifted from the life that I wanted, from the life that God intended for me. At the start of my career, I tried to live by 1 Corinthians 10:31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of God. And I believed that if I worked hard and gave my best, I could glorify God through my work. And while that's definitely true, somewhere along the way, I lost that focus. I started working for my glory and not God's. I thought if I could just work harder, put in 80 hours while everyone else worked 40, that I'd get ahead. But life doesn't work that way. And the cost of working without intention, it's steep. I knew I had to make a change. It wasn't enough just to work hard. I had to work with intention. And that's when Mark 10:45, my life verse from high school, came back to me. And it says, "For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many." Christ, he didn't come to be served. Jesus came to serve. And that was the shift that I needed. So I stopped chasing empty achievements, and I went back to consulting, but with a different mindset. I wasn't just working to work anymore. I wasn't just working to make money. I was working to serve others. And that's actually why I transitioned from consulting to coaching freelancers and service-based business owners. It was so I could actually help them create meaningful impact in their businesses without sacrificing what matters most. So let me ask you, where's your time and energy going? Are you drowning in distractions, chasing things that don't really matter? Or are you working non-stop, so buried in tasks, you haven't even looked up to ask if the work that you're doing is moving you forward or not? Or are you just racking up points like meaningless Xbox achievements in a video game? If you've been grinding without getting where you want to be, there's a better way. You don't have to sacrifice your family or your well-being just to build a successful business. That's why I created the Work Smarter Challenge. In just a few days, I'll show you how to realign your business, reclaim your time, and build a life that gives you the freedom to focus on what matters most. The days will pass no matter what you do. If you're ready to stop grinding and start building something that matters, join me at WorkSmarterChallenge.com, and I'll walk with you every step of the way. The days will pass, whether you're building something meaningful or chasing distractions. So make sure you're building something that matters. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this next one where I dive deeper into how to stay focused and avoid the traps of distraction. I hope you decide to focus on what matters.